Right, guys, a warm welcome to today's game here between Georgia and Portugal. It is going to be a massive crunch game between these two nations. The last two results not too far apart, with Georgia winning the last two games. So we'll see how this one is going to go. Zaki Fenta says hi. Today is the day. Absolutely. So we've got a couple of games before that, and then it's go time here at the Rugby World Cup with the Springboks taking on Ireland a little bit later on. So yeah, let's get into this one. Let's go through the team lineups real quickly because it's any commentator's nightmare today. Starting with the back three of Georgia, we've got Niashvili, Dabutsatsi, as well as Tadua in the back three. Then in the midfield, we got Vesalatsi and Sharakatsi. Then the halfback combination of Apanatsi and Aprasitsi. It's going to be an interesting commentating game, this one. We look at the forwards, we got Gorgatsi, Saganatsi, and Jalagonia as the back, the loose trio combination, with the lock combination of Mikatatsi and Shakanatsi. And in the front row, we got Gigasvili, Mamoshvili, and Niriashvili in the front row. So looking forward to doing all those commentating names today. Then on the bench, we got Zamtaratsi, Kogiukashvili, Papitsi, Chaishvili, Chutsaratsi, Lopsanatsi, Matkava, and Taplatsi as the 23 for Georgia, as they'll be looking for their first World Cup win today against their rivals in Europe, Portugal. Let's go and have a look at the lineup for Portugal today. The back three, Guedas, Storti, and Marta, the back three, with Betancourt and Appleton in the midfield, and in Portela and Marquez as the halfback combination for today's game. Forwards, we got Samus, Martins, and Granate as the loose trio, with Cherquera and Madeira in the lock combination, and then Ferreira, Tajer, and Fernandez as the front row forwards. Then on the bench, we got David Costa, Camperguy, Alves, Bello, Valles, De Freitas, Lucas, and Cardosa Pinto on the bench for Portugal today. And then the referee for today's game, Paul Williams, assistant referee, Matthew Carley, Chris Bushby, and in the TMO, Joy Neville. Looking forward to see what they can bring to the party as well. Zaki Fenta says, I think Georgia will win. Yeah, so based off the last couple of games, one could say that Georgia are the favourites to win this one. Eddie Keane says Portugal 20, Georgia 19. Brandstein comes says, hi, this is probably going to be so bad, it's going to be good. Can't wait. Now, look, these two are two quality sides, and they might be tier 2 and 3 nations playing against each other here, but anything can happen in a game like this. Portugal has shown in their game against Wales that they're not going to be taken lightly, and then Georgia, of course, today with the opportunity to rectify the wrongs against Australia. So yeah, a lot at stake here for these two nations today. Grant says, hi, Guru. Thanks for the broadcast. Those names are a mouthful, but you got this. Portugal should handle themselves better here. Yeah, so going by the last couple of results between the two sides, it has been Georgia who's had the upper hand between the two sides. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that is the case today. Let's go and have a look here quickly. Match center, Georgia versus Portugal. Can we see a couple of last match details and stats here? So, no, I can't seem to find anything there. But I know that the last two games have been very tight. I think it's less than 7 points in it between the two sides. So let's see how this one is going to pan out at the end of the day. It is going to be, it seems like Portugal who's going to get this game underway for us. So looking forward to this one. Portugal playing in their, grayish green jerseys, while Georgia playing in their red jerseys as well. So Georgia's going to kick this one off, playing from left to right, I think, on the screen. No, in fact, it's going to be from right to left on the screen. So looking forward to this one. Paul Williams, the ref. Let's see how it pan out. Zaki says, I like Portugal, but let's see how it's going to pan out. Here we go with the kickoff of this game. It's taken in by Portugal just outside their own 22 now. And yeah, excuse the names today, guys, because it's going to be a tough one. It's Marquez, the scrum off, looking to get the box kick over the top. That is going to be contested well in the air, but taken by Georgia now. Roundabout inside their own half, going on the attack here, and it's taken up there by Jalagonia, the number 6 flanker there between the 10. Quick pick up and go there from Mamashvili. Comes back again, working it wide now. Through the back line goes Georgia. Men on the outside here for them as it's taken up there by Saganatsi. Just short of the 22-meter line now. Driven up there by Nierashvili. Quick ball needed now for Aprasitsi. It's between the 22 and the 10-meter line they go. Here's a chance again on the attack. Great breakout here from Georgia. And they're going to get the first try of the game. It is going to be Tabadatsi. The right winger is going to get the first try of this game. 5-0 they lead against Georgia. And the defense ripped to pieces early on in this one. It's Tabusatsi, the right winger, who gets the first try of this game. Minute and a half into this one. And Tabutsatsi, the right winger, gets his first World Cup 2023 try. So they're looking good on the attack. Some great running from the back line, forwards alike. Some good runs there from Gigashvili, the number 3 tight head prop of Georgia. But some great hands there from the fly of Abazatsi to put Tabusatsi into space for the try. What a good start for Georgia as that conversion goes over, says Zaki. So 7-0 it is. Naomi Pretorius says, I'm still a Portugal fan. You have a better chance today to show off your skills. Greg says, hi, Guru. All the stats say Portugal is playing better so far. What do you think? I like the food from Georgia way better than Portugal, but I have to say I think Portugal will win. Yeah, no, look, I did go. Let's see what I did with my Super Brew, then I'll get a more clear indication of what I decided there. So the kickoff taken by Georgia inside the 22, and they're looking to clear this one up to Nazi, looking to clear that ball. So I did say that Georgia was going to win this game by 16 points. So let's see how this one is going to pan out in the end. The kick downfield from Portugal, and it's another kick from Georgia as they're looking for that 50-22. The bounce of the ball is going to be kind here to Guedes, who's going to kick it downfield. Not going to find touch. And now a chance for a counter here from Niashvili, the fullback of Georgia. He puts in a grubber kick. That's a brilliant kick from him. Quickly thrown in by Portugal, and they knocked that ball on. It's Guedes who knocked it on, and here comes Georgia again on the counter now. But they also knock it on, and it will be a scrum down about 10 meters out from the far side of the field here for Georgia, just inside the 22 of Portugal. Yeah, Portela knocked that ball on, and yeah, not a great start. Brand sê eerste bier in 2 maande. Craig says, how's it, Zaki? How's it, everyone else? Good day for some rugby. Zaki says, Georgia 26, Portugal 15. And then Grant says, how's it? You're awake early. Yeah, so Zaki, if that score is the correct one, it's 11 points. Then you'll be correct. But I put Georgia for a 16-point win today. We'll see how that one pans out at the end of the day. Right, 7 points to nil after 4.5 minutes in this game. We'll see how this one goes throughout the game. Right, so first scrum of the game then, and it's going to be the scrum of the Jela Abrazitsi, who's going to feed this one in for Georgia. Yeah, give or take 10 meters out from the far side of the field, 5 meters inside the 22 of Portugal. And a chance for Georgia to lay claim on this game very early on in this one. They do compete in Europe too, is these two teams, almost like Six Nations B. So Georgia, the defending champions there, but Portugal running them close in the last couple of games. So Abrazitsi with the feet to the scrum now. He's going to get it out, and the chance now to go on the attack, working it through the back line, but some good defense there from Appleton in the midfield by Portugal, taken up there by Gorgatzi. Now Abrazitsi again gets it out to the big tight forward. Gigashvili comes again through the forwards, driven up by Mikautatsi. Now Abrazitsi again, and it's a good tackle there on the number 10 there. Avanatsi, who can't get past the defense, just inside the 22 now. Niashvili again with a flat pass this time out to Chalagonia. Inside the 22 they go. A chance here as they try to make a bit of ground through Vejalatsi, the outside centre. Still Georgia come about 15 meters out from the try line. Taken up by the forwards here. Quick ball now, through it goes, through the hands, but still Niashvili can't get through here. Driven back to the 22-meter line, and it's going to be a penalty to Georgia now as the scrum of the Marquez gets manhandled by Gorgatzi, the number 8 of Georgia, and a little bit of archie-barchie going on there between the two teams. They get to know each other very well in Europe too, Six Nations B basically. So very familiar towards each other here. It is going to be a penalty either way here for Portugal. Might just see if there's going to be any after actions from the scuffle. So the referee just having a talk to the captain there. Sharakatsi, the number 12. As well as the number 12 there, Thomas Appleton, the captain of Portugal. So the two inside centres captaining both sides today. So Portugal now through Portela, the fly off an opportunity to get out of their own 22. Greg says, but I must say the pasta de nate are the best anywhere in the world, so I'm a bit torn about the food. LOL. Zaki says, Guru, are you a Shark supporter? Absolutely. One of the biggest Shark supporters you'll find around. Right, so after all of that, let's get back to the game. It's a line out here on the 10-meter line, and Portugal has managed to win the ball and playing backwards at the moment, though, as it's carried up there by Bettercourt. Now Portela with a kick downfield, looking for a bit of space, but Niashvili quickly back there to kick that one downfield for Georgia. Oh, that ball is going to roll over the dead ball line, so they're going to go all the way back to where that ball has been kicked, run about between the 10 and the 22 of Georgia. Niashvili getting a massive distance on that kick. Yeah, it was just outside the 22. It would have been a beautiful kick. But yeah, it's over the dead ball line there. And back we come for a scrum to Portugal, looking to get their first points of the game as well. Yeah, Zaki says me too. So yeah, you're routing for the right team, Zaki. I've only noticed now that the URC actually starts on the weekend before on the semi-final weekend of the Rugby World Cup. It will be the start of the URC as well. So we might be doing a couple of those games as well, depending on how things go. So now it's feed here from Marquez for Portugal. Gets it out to Portela. Going to get the pass out to Betancourt. Just couldn't get the pass away. But just inside the 22 now. Marquez waiting for the ball. Gets it out to the forwards now. Driven up here by Madeira. Some good defense from Georgia, and they managed to win that ball. It's a knock-on advantage for Georgia inside the 22. They're going to set it up through the forwards now, and driven up there by Niriashvili. Now Aprazatsi, waiting for that ball. Going with the box kick over the top. The chase now coming from Georgia, and it's going to be Appleton who's going to get it, but there's a little knock-on from Portugal. 5 meters inside Georgia's half towards the middle of the field. Chance now for Georgia again. We've had 10 minutes in this game. Caden Pierce says he's supporting Georgia today. So far, so good for Georgia. And, a lot of mouthful between these two teams at the moment. It's going to be Aprazitsi to feed this one in for Georgia, just inside their own half. Got about 39 people watching. Thank you for the support, guys. So Aprazitsi with the feed. Solid scrum here from Georgia. Penalty advantage coming from that scrum. Now it's Apsanatsi gets it out. Here's they're going wide now. It's Niashvili gets it out again to Tabutsatsi. And Tabutsatsi is away. Gets it out again. Niashvili now just 7 meters out from the try line here of Portugal. But we are going to come back for a knock-on from Georgia, it seems. So scrum down to Portugal, just inside their own 22. But how good is this backline of Georgia playing at the moment? Niashvili joining in that line very well for Tabutsatsi, the right winger. Then got it back to Niashvili. On the inside, Apsanatsi also helping out. So solid play from Georgia. Guru, you'll have close to 2,000 people watching this evening, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm hoping so, Greg. We'll probably start that stream at 8:15 tonight, leading up to that 9 o'clock kickoff. But looking forward to that Springbok game. Zaki says, I think that you're the best commentator all rugby streams there is. Thanks, Zaki. Really appreciate that, man. Hopefully we can get to 3,000 people watching this evening, Greg. And we actually have them watching and not just clicking on it. A free kick from that scrum and the kick downfield. Not going to find touch. And here's a chance for Tabutsatsi. Gets it out to Niashvili. He's going to go high up into the air. Tabutsatsi chasing up after that, but it's a little bit too deep. Portela gets it out to Marquez now. Guedes with the kick downfield. Looking for space, but came back for it well. There is the number 10, Abanatsi, who puts it on the boot. Not going to find touch. Finds Portela. Portela sends it back again. Niashvili waiting for that ball between the 10 and the 22. Going for a 50-22 kick. And that's an absolutely magnificent kick. But unfortunately for him, not going to find a touch. And it's Marquez who can kick that downfield again. Not finding a lot of distance, roundabout on the 22-meter line of Portugal on the far side of the field. Good opportunity again for Georgia. Greg Miles says, can't wait, Booker. Greg says, I second that. Zaki Guru is by far better than anyone else. Thanks again, guys. Yeah, so I've been having some issues with YouTube lately on those big games, losing monetization because of invalid clicks, they say. So a lot of people are clicking on the stream and then just leaving it the second they click on it. So I'm hoping that that's not going to be the case tonight, because it does quite hurt my monetization quite a bad bit. But Georgia now on the attack inside the 22 on the far side of the field, about 10 meters out from the touchline. They get going through the forwards now. looking to make some good meters now as a penalty advantage now coming for them. Taken up through the middle. Still they come up Sanatsi with a little chip kick over the top, but it's gone way too far. And we will come back for a penalty to Georgia. 14 and a half minutes played in this game. Caden Pierce again, Georgia tonight. And then Zaki says, Craig agreed with you. So far, so good for Georgia. They're looking by far the stronger of the two sides at the moment. And the player not rolling away gets manhandled by, it was Kijasvili who took out Ferreira there out of the way, I think, or Francisco Fernandez. So it is going to be a shot at goal here for Georgia. And it's going to be Upsanatsi to have a shot at goal here for them. 7 points to 0 already. Looking to extend that lead now to 10 points. It's a Pool C clash, basically just to see who's not going to walk away with a wooden spoon. Greg Mario says, welcome back. Greg says, good. That does mean if someone clicks on a link for the live stream and then does nothing else, like no comments, does that hurt the monetization? No, Greg. So what happens if, let's say somebody's seeing they've got the live stream and they click on it and they go in and they see my face, hoping that they could actually watch the game and then go straight out again. It's considered an invalid click by YouTube. So enough of those can cause them to take away the monetization for that. So I'm hoping that people that do click on my thumbnail tonight will actually come and watch the commentary and don't just go out, because you can't watch any live games on YouTube. So hopefully they'll understand that in the long run. So 10 points to 0. Georgia lead with a restart, and they knock it backwards from the kickoff under pressure here. Niashvili, about 15 meters out from his own try line in the middle of the field. It's going to be a penalty to Georgia. There's no clear release there from the Portugal players. And Portugal so far very disappointing. Antoinette says, hello, Guru. It's winter in Oudtshoorn. I can tell you what, I'm here in Kuils River in the Western Cape, and I can tell you it's a little bit chilly out here. Coming from the Northern Cape, we already all sorts of a bit of summer already, going up to 31 degrees, 35 degrees sometimes this time of year. And now being here in the Western Cape, and it's quite chilly. It's it's quite a climate change here. So Georgia now with the line out here, roundabout on the halfway line. They get the Jumbo Gorgatsi now. It's taken up again, and a good chance now for them as they get going. A great break out there by Twela Latsi up to the 10-meter line, the outside center. Now it's Aprasitsi again, trying to go on his own there on the far side of the field. Driven up there by the big boy, Beka Kigashvili. Quick ball again for them. Quick hands, Niashvili. They get some ball going, and away goes Georgia. Just 10 meters out from the try line. Ball has been knocked on, I think. Although a try has been awarded here. Yeah, the try's been given by the referee, but I think they will go upstairs to have a look at it anyway. Here on the 18th minute mark, because it looked like it was knocked on there by Georgia in the offload. But a great breakout there from Jalagonia. And it looks like Aprasitsi, the scrum off, who's going to claim this try. But let's see if there was any knock on. 18 minutes played in this first half, and Georgia looking to destroy this Portuguese side today. Right, they are going to have a look at it. We haven't got any footage of the try yet. So here we go now. TMO decision to come. So the pop pass there. Yeah, no, that's going to be a knock on. It definitely touched the arm there of Aprasitsi. Yeah. So for me, that's no try. Yeah, no try. And the scoreboard will remain 10 points to 0 to Georgia with a scrum down to come for Portugal, 5 meters out from their own try line. Great hands from Georgia at the moment, overpowering this Portuguese side at the moment, and they hardly look like the side that gave Wales a go last time round. Georgia just from the get-go controlling this game, but a scrum 10 meters out from their own try line now, and a chance for Portugal to get out of their own 22-meter line. Jeremy says, yeah, I agree. The Western Cape has been properly called. We'll be joining you for the box. No problem, Jeremy. Thanks for the support, man. Right, so then it's going to be Marquez to feed this one in for Portugal. Taken off the back now by Samus. Driven up there by Appleton. Another pick up and go from Samus. Trying to make a bit of ground, but it looks like the ball nearly stolen by Georgia. And under pressure here is Portela. Georgia really taking it to Portugal at the moment as Marquez, the scrum off, waiting for this ball. Gets it out to Portello, puts it on the boot. Not going to find touch, and a chance now for Tabuzatsi. Gets it out to Niashvili. He's going to try and run this from the 10-meter line into a half cap. He goes. The offload has gone forward, so should be an advantage to Portugal when they go with a kick downfield. And again, yes, really back for it. Round about the 10-meter line inside Georgia's half, going with a little bit of a wobbly cross kick and into touch on the 10-meter line of Portugal. So, yeah, 10 points to 0 it is. And Georgia playing some really good rugby at the moment. Zaki asked, what's the next game after this one? So the game after this one, we've got England up against Chile. Right, line out taken by Georgia now, and here they come on the attack yet again as they kick it downfield there through Sharakatsi. Well taken again there by Portugal, and into touch they go. Defensively, this Georgia side overpowering Portugal at the moment. As Rodrigo Marta just had no chance there, bundled into touch, 5 meters inside the 22 of Portugal. A chance now for Mamakashvili with the throw in here. Mikatatsi and Chakandinsi, the lock combination for today's game. So time is off on the clock here. Not sure what the referee's all about at the moment. Just having a talk again to the two captains there, Sharakatsi as well as Thomas Appleton. Discipline going to be vital. These two teams are rivals in the Six Nations B. So you can expect a lot of fireworks here between them. Eddie says the best game is tonight. Ireland and the Bokke in the World Cup. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with that defensive tackle there. So it's going to be a scrum down and a feed to Portugal, it seems. So there might have been a knock on there in that tackle. So Marquez then to feed this one in for Portugal. We've had 20 minutes, well, almost 21 minutes gone in this first half. Georgia 10, Portugal 0. 5 meters out from the touchline on the far side of the field. Marquez now free kick to Georgia, and things just going from bad to worse for the Portuguese side at the moment. Abrazitsi has the ball in hand. 21 minutes gone in this game. They're going to scrum again, but this time it's going to be Georgia's feet to the scrum. They're looking much better than Portugal at the moment. Zaki says, I think South Africa versus Ireland is one of the biggest games in the World Cup. Yeah, look, as far as number 1 and 2 in the world right now, the team that win will have the number 1 ranking and one step closer to winning the Rugby World Cup, I think, as well. So, yeah, here we go. And it's going to be Abrazitsi to feed this one in for Georgia. 5 meters out from the touchline on the far side of the field. Another penalty advantage coming now. Tabazatsi gets the pass out there to Veselatsi. About 15 meters out from the try line. They take it up there. It's driven up by Gorgatsi. Quick ball again. Oh, hits off the head. And we're going to come back for the penalty to Georgia. We saw England score a try against Japan. It was the other night with the off the head of Joe Marler. But no such skills in this one. We're coming back for a penalty to Georgia for a scrum indiscretion there from Portugal. Yeah, it was almost like he went for a header for the goal there. Early tackle as well there on Georgia from Tajer, the hooker of Portugal. But now Mamashkashvili with a throw into this lineup. To the front they go, sets up the driving maul. 5 meters out from the touchline on the far side of the field. They get the drive going, but it's going to be stopped now by Portugal, doing really well to disrupt that maul from Georgia. Mamashkashvili, who's got that ball, going to go with the drive here. 5 meters out from the try line. A pick up and go from Mikatatsi. Still they come again now for Gigashvili, the tighted prop. And it's going to be a penalty to Portugal there, holding on as the call from Paul Williams, the referee for today's game. And Portugal just surviving by the skin of their teeth at the moment. The score could have probably been 24 points to 0 by now already. So well defended there in the end by Portugal. Zaki says if South Africa win that game, they will be number 1. Brand says, an American called me for business, lost track of the game. What is the score? 10 points to 0, Brand. Obviously, the guy knows quite about rugby, so I couldn't even ask him. Greg says, Zaki, this game tonight could be the biggest game of the year, I think. Totally agree with you, Zaki. I'm nervous as anything for this game. Right, so the line out taken by Portugal now up to the 10-meter line inside their own half as they try to carry it through the middle. Getting that ball back is Portela now. They're going to work this through the back line, but a kick downfield there from Martins into the hands of Niashvili. Niashvili breaks through the first couple of defenders, and away goes Niashvili. Gets that ball away to the inside center, and a little kick ahead there, but directly into touch by Abzanatsi there. Veselatsi got a great break out there, and Abzanatsi then put foot to ball and kicked it out directly into touch. But a great break out there from Niashvili. I must say I'm very impressed with this Georgia side at the moment. The way they play and the way they are attacking, just so much better than Portugal. Samu grabs that ball at the back of that lineup. Very scrappy again from Portugal inside their own 22 now. Marquez waiting for it. Fernandez taking it up. Tajer just controlling that ball there for Portugal. Marquez again waiting for this one. About 10 meters out from his own try line. Goes for the kick and charts down by Georgia, and into touch it goes again here on the near side of the field. So I'm blessed with great service today. I got cool drink and coffee now. It's a little bit early to start with the stronger stuff. So thanks. They say the throat must be liquidated at all times. Right, 26 minutes gone. Let's stop the clock right there as Fernandez are receiving some attention here. Georgia 10, Portugal 0, and we've had 26 minutes of play in this game. So, the scoreline, I think, the moment really favouring Portugal because it could have been 24 points to nil already. Time's back on now as Tajer will throw this one in for Portugal. Marquez now gets it out and it's taken up there by Granate. Marquez with a kick downfield and he will find touch round about on the 10-meter line of Portugal. 26 and a half minutes gone. Christian Hatting says, goeiemôre Rugby Guru, baie dankie vir die uitstekende uitsaai. Snaakse van 'n klink amper soos Oopsie Daisy, Kawasaki en niks lelik bedoel nie. Nee, ek verstaan dit Christian, baie moeilik vandag. Right, here comes Georgia again now and just 5 meters outside of the 22, about 10 meters out from the near side of the field. As it's taken there by Aprasatsi on Niashvili with a bit of space now, cuts back on the inside, 10 meters out from the try line. Tabusatsi comes in from the side and it's a penalty to Portugal. So the goal line defense of the Portuguese have been solid. They've won a couple of penalties on the ground at the breakdown, but attack-wise, it's all Georgia at the moment. Right, the kick downfield, it's going to find touch round about between the 10 and the halfway line inside Portugal's half on the far side of the field. The chance now for Tajer to throw that one in. The hooker of Portugal. Right, to the back they go, and it's not going to be straight. It was taken in there by Cerquera, but the throw in from Tajer, not in straight. Don't know if it's Tajer or Tajer, but going by what I've learned from the Portuguese names, it's probably Tajer. So 28 minutes gone in this game, 10 points to nil. Georgia lead in this Pool C clash. An early try and a minute and a half gone in that game. The Tabutsatsi, the right winger of Georgia, getting that first try of the game. So Aprasitsi to feed this one in. It's a scrum down to Georgia now. Let's see what they can do with this one. About 10 meters out from the far side of the field. Taken in now. It's Tabusatsi on a loop around Niashvili. Long cut out pass there. And brought to ground there was Tadua. And into touch they go as well. Good defense from Portugal at the moment. Between the 10 and the 22 inside Portugal's half. Now on the near side of the field. Yeah, Georgia looking to run with the ball, with the back line most of the time, but they're just not getting front foot ball at the moment. And really nothing to do or could do there as he was bundled into touch. You can't just go from left to right, right to left and expect to find the gaps. But in fact, the referee now said that it will be a Georgian lineout as the ball was touched by a Portuguese player. So, yeah, Mamashvili to throw this one in for Georgia. And well taken there by Mika Katsi. So they form them all now, controlled at the back by Mamashvili. Aprasitsi waiting for that ball now, gets it out, and here's a chance. It was Sharakatsi, get a quick offload to Vetsalatsi. Now they work it wide again. It's Niashvili. Back to Tabutsatsi inside the 22 now. About 10 meters out from the try line. Right on the right hand side of the field. on the far side. Again, Abrazitsi waiting for that one. Gets it going through the forwards. Gorgatsi takes it in. Patience needed here from Georgia. It's Niriashvili who pick up and go there. Just 10 meters out from the try line, working towards the middle of the field now. Mikokatsi, 5 meters out from the try line. Again, they come. Was there obstruction? No. It's Sharakatsi who gets hauled back there, but it's going to be a penalty anyway now to Georgia. So great defense there from Betancourt, the Portuguese outside centre. 9 minutes to go in this first half. Zaki says, bye guys, I see you guys Chile versus England in the first half, so I need to go later than Zaki. Georgia 10, Portugal 0. That's what it stands at the moment. And they're going to have a shot at goal as well. Here is Georgia. And it's going to be the fly off there, Upsanatsi, to have the shot at goal. Deserving lead for them. Should have been up by probably more points already. Well, the kick has gone over, and it's 13 points to 0. Georgia lead Portugal in this game. Just no chance whatsoever for this Portuguese side here in the first half. Some really great play by Georgia, dominating every facet of the game so far. So far, the poll as well showing Georgia is going to win by 67% of the votes. Right, kickoff taken by Georgia between the 10 and the 22-meter line, about 10 meters from the near side of the field. It's Aprasitsi who's going with the box kick over the top. Portela gets that ball hammered in a tackle there by Tadua. Marquez waiting for it, gets it back. Renate now taking it up. It's their penalty advantage for Portugal now. Portela to Appleton to Betancourt again. Betancourt cuts back on the inside. Marquez going with a little box kick over the top. And it's well taken by Hugo Portela. Or Geronimo Portela, sorry. Back again it comes to Appleton. Still a penalty advantage. Driven over the halfway line here for Portugal. Much better from them. Portela now. Fernandez. Quick hands needed now. Tajer as they get it out there to the right winger. Storti, and away goes Portugal. It's going to be Storti who's going to get over for that try. Is broken straight through, and that's much better from Portugal. Well. It never looked on for Portugal throughout this first half, and suddenly a clean break there from Storti gets in for the first try for Portugal. Rafael Storti. His first Rugby World Cup try for 2023. Brilliant stuff from them. Quick hands there. Backs and forwards working together. And then straight through the middle, Storti went. Poor defense from Georgia. That's a really good try. Like I said, backs and forwards alike. They're working together. Storti cut back on the inside. And then just the defense of Georgia. Non-existent there as they get over, and suddenly it's game on here again. Georgia 13, Portugal 5. Conversion to come, and it's Samuel Marquez, the scrum off of Portugal, to go for this conversion. And it's going to go, it's going to hit the upright there and back off. So 13 points to 5. It's going to remain here. But yeah, Georgia will feel that they should have led by a lot more by now. And somehow Portugal can consider themselves very lucky to still be in this game as a contest. 13 points to 5 it is. And we've got about 4.5 minutes to go here in this first half. The restart in from Upsanatsi. Well collected by Portugal inside their own 22. Storti now looking to run everything inside his own 22. Brought down. That ball spills out the back. Fernandez gets it out to, beautiful break there from Guedes now. The kick downfield and the space opens up now. Back for it is Niashvili just outside his own 22. Looking to go on a run of his own now. Here's Niashvili, gets the ball out quickly. And now the forwards gets going for Georgia. As it's Mamashkashvili who takes it up to the 10-meter line inside Georgia's half, inside Portugal's half now. Penalty advantage coming for Georgia as well. It's Niashvili straightening things up again, gets the pass back on the inside to Abrazitsi. Now it's taken up by Niashvili. Ball spills out the back, quick ball needed now. It's Sharakatsi who takes it up, but they're going to stop play here as it's Mamashkashvili who stayed down after that tackle on him. He's had a decent game so far, is this number 2 Mamashkashvili for Georgia. But he is limping quite badly now. 3.5 minutes to go in this first half. They're going to go upstairs to have a look at something here. I didn't personally think it was too much in it, but let's see. It's probably the tackle from Fernandez on Mamashkashvili. Let's have a look. Oh, hits the head. That's going to be a straight red card. Yeah, no, Fernandez is going to be gone. Yeah, straight into the face of Mamashkashvili. It looked like he was knocked out there for a second. But that's going to be a straight red card, surely. I can't see any mitigating factor there for Fernandez. And don't know if they're going to give a yellow with a bunker call to come. But for me, that was a straight red card. So yellow card he gets with a bunker decision to come. But I'm sure that yellow card will be turning into a red card real soon. Francisco Fernandez, the lucid prop of Portugal, could be getting his full-time marching orders now. It's a yellow for now, but I do believe that the bunker call will change that into a red card. His head went straight into the face of Mamashkashvili. And now penalty to Georgia. Time's back on now. As it's going to be the kick downfield from Upsanatsi into touch, 5 meters out, or about 10 meters out from the try line on the near side of the field. So can Georgia wrap this up now with a try here? If they can get another converted try going into halftime, 20 points to 5 will be a big, big lead here at halftime. Right, Mamashkashvili to throw this one in for Georgia now. Mikutatsi takes that ball in the air. The driving ball set up by Georgia now as they're starting to move forward. Slowly but surely, penalty advantage again to Georgia. Abrazitsi now. It's taken up there by Saganatsi. And now comes back, and again a little cross kick here from Georgia. Too far though for Tabudatsi. And they're going to go back for another penalty with about 2 minutes to go in this first half. Yeah, Georgia just controlling this game completely at the moment. Very surprised that the scoreboard is this low. But what has helped Portugal is their close-knit defence, close to their own try line at the breakdown. They've won quite a few penalties from there. So Abrazatsi just finding out what they're going to do. So it's Abzanatsi kicking that to the corner, setting up the line out 5 meters out from the try line. Georgia 13, Portugal 5 at the moment, with a minute and a half to go in this first half. Right, line out taken again beautifully there by Mikatatsi. And Mikatatsi sets up the driving maul now for Georgia. Will they get over the try line? Very close there, just a meter short of the try line. Now is Georgia. Will that ball come back? It's held up, says the referee, and he's quite confident about it. So it seems like we're going to have a goal line dropout here. So goal line dropout coming up, held up over the try line, and it's really the only reason why Portugal is still in this game is because they closed the fence so close to their try line. They've been brilliant at the breakdown and brilliant in the fence 10 meters, 5 meters away from their own try line. Marquez with a kick downfield from the restart, and it's taken in here by Gorgatzi now. Gorgatzi steaming forward. Held up between the 22 and the 10-meter line inside Portugal's half now. Again, Mamakashvili back on the inside. A beautiful break by Niashvili. And now Tabunatsi gets it out and back on the inside. That's gone into touch. 5 meters out from the try line. They just can't get over the try line. Is Georgia at the moment. Abrazitsi with a great break there. It was first Niashvili into the gap, then got the pass away to Abrazitsi, and just unfortunately for him, into touch he goes. 5 meters out from the try line. Yeah, that was well and truly into touch. Right, so line out taken here by Portugal, and they kick it into touch. That's going to be half time. Just want to go through the comments real quickly. Eric says, hi Guru, I'm out on the bike because it's sunny at last. Hope signal stays strong. Is it very maul based from the big Georgians? Not so much, I must say, Eric. They're playing beautifully with their back line, playing through with backs and forwards alike, and really taking it to the Portuguese. The only problem at the moment for Georgia is that they're unable to turn those opportunities into points, with Portugal defending really valiantly on their own try line at the moment and winning penalties at crucial times. Naomi Pretoria says, at last a try, first try in 2 games. And then Eric says, LOL, bumped into my 12-year-old great nephew, and he's listening with me in the high street. He asked if rugby has many penalties every 5 minutes, son. Yeah, it felt like a lot more than that in this first half. But yeah, Static TV says, love the shark jacket, Guru. Where there's a fin, there's a win. Thanks for the great commentary. Keep it up. No problem, guys. So I'm going to take a quick break, but when we do come back, we will be doing the second half of this game. So don't go anywhere.
Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff. You can see the writing on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. Online, a whole new generation. I'ma make mine, so you better go take it. Always they need a new replacement. Decentralized, can't contain it. We're changing lives, yeah, upgrading. Call it suicide of the older generation. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff. It's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it bluff. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I won't get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of pain.
Right, guys, we are back here for the second half of this game between Georgia and Portugal. And yeah, it's been not so much on the scoreboard, but on the field, it's been a one-way traffic for Georgia. They've controlled this game really well in the first half. And I think Portugal is going to take a lot of confidence out of the fact that they're just only 8 points behind here going into the second half. They're going to be kicking off from right to left on my screen here for the second half. It's going to be Portela to get us underway here for the second half of this game. Massive second half ahead here for both sides, as it's been all Georgia in this first half. And the referee just having a talk to the two captains again, Sharakatsi and Appleton, about the discipline. I think Fernandez, well, he's sitting still waiting to hear his outcome on that hit from him, which I felt could have been a red card. So, yeah, let's see what's going to happen here in the second half. It's going to be Portela to get us back underway here in the second half between the two sides. And really looking forward to this game. Here we go, the second half underway, and it's Portela who goes deep this time, gets it out to Jalagonia, who takes that one up now. Abrazatsi gets it out to Mamakashvili, the hooker of Georgia, inside the 22, about 10 meters from the far side of the field. Saniashvili to kick that one into touch, roundabout on the 10-meter line of Georgia. So a chance now for them to go on the attack. Bastastic TV says, let's go, Guru, making rugby possible for all of us. Thank you. No problem, Bastastic. It's going to be Tajer to throw this one in. Over the top they go. Plan move, and it's Portela who manages to pick that one up. Runabout on the halfway line. Now it's Marquez getting it out to the forwards, driven up there. And a chance now for Portugal to now go on the attack here. Not a lot of meters made at the moment. It's Betancourt who takes it up, but a little knock on from Portugal, and it's going to be a scrum down to Georgia. So the bunker decision has been a yellow card for Fernandez, so he will be able to get back onto the field. Here's the loose head prop of Portugal. But now they're going to have to bring on a replacement there, maybe Lionel Campergao or Anthony Alves, just to settle the scrum, and probably going to have to take off Granata or Martins maybe here for the scrum. So we stop the clock there. Yeah, it is going to be a replacement coming on now. So they need to bring on a prop there, and it's going to be number 18, Anthony Alves, who comes onto the field with, I think it's Granata who has gone off the field to make way for that. Brand Steenkamp says, weer eens dankie vir die kommentaar. My plesier, Brand. Bastastic TV says, Bokke by 21 tonight. Scrum feed here for Georgia now, as it's Abrazitsi who feeds that one in. Gorgatsi controlling that ball at the back. He picks it up. He's going to go to the far side of the field now. Quick hands needed here. Sharakatsi with a loose pass there, and into touch it goes. But I think it touched one of the Portuguese players, so it should be a Georgia line-out. Sharakatsi, the captain of this Georgia side. Just see, yeah, in the tackle, that ball got knocked out of his hands. So I think it's going to be a Portugal line out here. Yeah, it's Tajer who's going to throw it on. And he's going to find his jumper Martins now. It's up Portela. White they go now. It's Guedes now gets it out here to Porta. But Porto gets driven into touch again. They must learn to cut back on the inside as well. These smaller teams, they do spread the ball beautifully, but just running out of space and more often than not, getting pushed into touch by the opposition. Yeah, it's Marta who got pushed there into touch by Dabutsatsi, the try scorer for Georgia. Right, Mamakashvili with a throw in finds his jumper there, Chakanatsi, as they get them all going here for them. Roundabout on the 10-meter line. Abrazatsi waiting for it. Is that ball going to come out for Georgia, though? Looks like Portugal has done well to disrupt this. Yeah, it's not going to come out. And it will be a scrum down to Portugal. Great work done there by the, by the Portuguese defense. 2 minutes left on that yellow card. And they'll be happy if they can just play that down now for the remainder of this game. I think we can add about a minute there to that clock. Got it going again. It's about 3 minutes played here in the second half. Portugal still valiantly going on in defense here at the moment. Oh, in fact, it's 4 minutes played already. So 4 minutes gone here in the second half, and it's Marquez now to feed this one in for Portugal, but that scrum has gone up, and we will scrum again. Roundabout between the 10 and the halfway line on the near side of the field. 10 meters out from touch. It's a chance now for Portugal. Marquez, the scrum off to feed this one in for them. 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes gone in the second half. Can Georgia hold on, or will Portugal come up with the magic? Marquez to feed that one in, gets it in now. Out the back, they need to control this one now. Picked up off the back there by Samus. Almost up to the 10-meter line of Georgia in the middle of the field now. Taken up there by Madeira. He makes it up to the 10-meter line. Marquez again, Portela. Portela looking for a half cap. Just up over the 10 now. Marquez again. Back it comes to the big boys. Taken up there by Ferreira. Now Marquez looking for a little half cap. Gets it back to Granate now. Quick ball again. Portela. Oh, high tackle there from Georgia. An advantage now. Appleton. Better caught. Wide they go. It's a little kick ahead from Portugal. Can I get there? No. The dead ball line's going to win that race. So they're coming back for a penalty to Portugal. And a chance to maybe decrease that deficit now. Right in front, just outside the 22. A high tackle there from Chalagonia. Yeah, that was very high from Chalagonia on, well, in fact, it was Mikatatsi, the lock forward, who made that tackle. And Marquez now to have a shot at goal from just outside the 22 in the middle of the field. And Fernandez will come back onto the field as well. Oh, he's not going to take a jog. He's going to take a walk, saying, I'm not going to waste my energy on running onto the field. Off comes Costa then. And Portugal now back to full strength. 13 points to 5 can become 8 now. Dan sê vraag, hoekom? Ek sou dink jy sou eerder kommentaar op radio of TV wou doen. Marius sê, dankie vir jou fantastiese kommentaarwerk. Ja, kyk Brand, ek sou oorspronklik nie die kommentaar gedoen het op YouTube nie, maar ek verdien tog 'n bietjie geld van hierdie kommentaar wat ek doen. Ideaal sou gewees het radio kommentaar of TV kommentaar, sou ek gelove het. Maar ongelukkig op die oomblik het ek 'n vaste werk en dit betaal baie goed op die oomblik. Baie gelukkig by my werk. So die is meer 'n hobby op die oomblik. Ek kyk rugby en ek kan dit vir julle bring ook terselfdertyd. Right, so the restart then from Georgia, taken in by Portugal just outside the round 22. Marquez now working it with the forward. Samus sets it up just inside the 22, about 15 meters out from the far side of the field. Marquez looks like he's going to go with a box kick over the top then. Not going to find touch, and here's a chance now for Georgia as they take it up there through Tadua, just up over halfway. Now it's another chance as they get the flat ball out there to Gorgazzi, right in the middle of the field now. White they go, double Dutzi, the try scorer making his way up to the 10-meter line. Abrazatzi, Abanatzi looking for a half gap there, can't get through. Abrazatzi again, getting that ball out, and it's taken up by Mikatatsi. Now Abrazatzi getting tackled there and pushed back in a tackle, but somehow Georgia still have the ball, and Niashvili been pushed back by the Portuguese defense, and they've stolen that ball now. Portela gets it out there to the fullback, Guedes with a bit of space to run. Now there's plenty of room on the outside here for Portugal. They could still go all the way. Here's Appleton, 5 meters out from the try line. He's brought down, and some great defense from Georgia there. Now they still come. It's taken up there by Granate, who makes a bit of ground now for Portugal. Again, they come now through Cerquera. Cerquera, the lock forward, making some ground now. Samus, right in the middle of the field, 7-8 meters out from the try line of Georgia. Marquez again, just controlling that ball, gets it out to Portela. Portela back on the inside, knocked on by Portugal, and Abrazatzi can kick that one into touch, roundabout on the 22-meter line. Portugal has come out to play here in the second half. Obi Sagefield says, afternoon, Guru, going Lisboa, Portugalish this round. No draw yet. Weather is terrible. Cold and windy. Mislik vanaand skiet ons manne vlamme. Marius vir die sê, jy is die Afrikaanse you Blyden. Dankie Marius. And then Greg says, Obi, where you been, dude? The Portugal side need your support. Right, so replacements coming on. Gigiasvili on for Niriasvili. As it's now Portugal who's got this ball right on the 22-meter line, and it's Marta who takes it up over the 22 now for Portugal. Penalty advantage coming for Portugal as well. Now it's driven up by Tajer. Marquez again, working it with the forwards now. So they get some go forward ball. It's Ferreira now working the back line. Again, Appleton, Bettercourt. Marquez once again, Samus gets the pass out to Granate. Granate just 2 meters out from the try line. Can they work it through now? It comes out again. It's Appleton. Appleton throws the dummy, tries to go himself. Held up in a tackle though. And will this ball come out for Portugal now? Just 2 meters out from the try line. Marquez waiting for it, gets it out again. It's Samus who takes it up. Granate waiting for it. Now working the backline. Portela again. Guedas. Poor pass. Out wide and into touch it goes. No way Storti was going to get to that one. But they are going to come back for another penalty to Portugal. And this one very kickable as well. Right under the sticks. Could they be trying to go for the try here? I think they should just go for goal here because they've been looking really good here in the second half. It's Georgia on the back foot here in the second half for sure. Eddie Keaton says go Portugal. Yeah, they are going to have a shot at goal here. So just trying to run down that scoreboard a little bit. It's 13-8, could become 13 points to 11 now. But a really big missed opportunity there for Portugal to score a try. Well, we see some Portuguese magic today. Marquez to look to get that extra 3 points for them and does so beautifully. So 13 points to 11 it is at the moment. Right, let's see what's going to happen in the next 28 minutes or so. Can Georgia hold on, or is this Portugal side onto something here in the second half? Right, a couple of changes coming up again. It's learning the names all over again. Matkava now on for Atpanatsi. So Matkava is replacement fly-off, I think. So yeah, restart then taken by Portugal just inside their own 22. Marquez waiting for this ball. Working again with Samus there. 27 minutes to go in this one. Marquez slowly, the ball comes out and goes for the box kick over the top. Looking for touch and he's going to find it as well. Portugal playing a lot better now in this opening 13 minutes of the second half. So line out to Georgia. Between the 10 and a halfway line, well, basically on the halfway line here. So Mama Kashvili to throw this one in for them. 18 kicks from hand from Portugal, 15 from Georgia. More or less the same meters made. That line out nearly disrupted by Portugal, but it's again Georgia who takes it in a little bit isolated there. And that ball could be stolen by Portugal. It is. So they've stolen this ball now on the far side of the field, right on the touchline. Now they could move this wide. There's numbers here. Guedes gets it out, and now it's run up here by Granate again. Or better called, actually. Marquez waiting for it on the 10-meter line. Fernandez now sets it up just over the 10. Marquez again, the scrum off, waiting for it. Comes with the box kick over the top. Nobody really chasing up after that. And now Niashvili from just outside his 22 is going to kick this ball downfield. Straight into the hands of Portela. Portela on the 10-meter line, going to go with a kick downfield as well. They're going to let that one bounce, and that one is going to roll over the dead ball line all the way back for a scrum down to Georgia, roundabout on the 10-meter line of Portugal. I thought that he got a little bit too much on that. So Costa onto the field as well. Martin Bello. No, I'm lying. That's for Georgia. So Georgia's replacements, Papizzi and Zamtarazzi coming onto the field, and then Costa coming on as well. The changes all around. Fernandez now leaving Costa onto the field. And he didn't play a long part after he's been sin-binned in that yellow card. With a 40, would have been given a little bit more time. Is the number one Lucid prop. So we'll just stop. Well, we don't have to stop the clock. It's still running. Greg says, Guru, watch the space. These Portuguese are going to do their best to win this game. Well, it would be great for them if they do get it. But yeah, I do feel that Georgia will hit back at some stage. Here they come now, and on the attack they go. Niashvili on the 10-meter line of Portugal, trying to cut through the defense there, but not gaining too much ground with it. So Corgazzi, the ball's been stolen by Portugal. Great work there done by the Portuguese, Jose Madeira. Ball's been kicked downfield by Portugal. Back for it now is Tadua for Georgia as he kicks it downfield. And that's going to go directly into touch. So all the way back we go for a line out to Portugal. Well, when things go wrong, it goes horribly wrong. Line out to Portugal between the 10 and the 22 of Georgia on the far side of the field. Just have a look at that one again. Yeah, that went out directly. So Tachera now with the throw into this line out for Portugal. Finds Martins now. Portela, flat pass off. Beautiful run onto that ball by Granate. Gets the ball out to Marquez. Again, driven up by Costa, the replacement forward there. Portela throws a little dummy and into the gap they go. And it's Storti again. He's going to go all the way for the try here for Portugal. And Portugal into the lead for the first time in this game. Wow. 16-13. And what a break from Portela to set up Storti for his second try of the game. You might be right, Craig. We could see an upset coming here. Brown says, I thought this was going to be rough and Georgia all the way, but the Portuguese are doing pretty good at the moment. It's the missed opportunities from Georgia in that first half that's coming back to haunt them at the moment, with Portugal playing some incredible rugby at the moment. Well, are we in for the second upset of the Rugby World Cup today? I don't think Portugal have beaten Georgia just yet. Let's go and look at a few stats here. Georgia versus Portugal rugby results. Let's go and have a look and see if Portugal have managed to beat them before. Let's just have a look here. The conversion has gone. Well, they still need to do the conversion, but can't seem to find that. Let's go and have a look. Flash score maybe. See if we can find the last couple of results between them. So the conversion, it seems, has gone over here. So 18 points to 13. The restart now taken by Georgia. Oh, well, taken by Portugal just outside their own 22. But it's going to be a penalty against Portugal there. And a penalty to Georgia. 5 meters outside of the 22. 5 meters out from the touchline on the far side of the field. So it's trying to fight, but they're going to kick for the corner here and set it up. Right, so Georgia's last game, 38-11. Also, a little before that, 23-14. So they've been the stronger of the two sides for quite a long time now. Right, here comes it's been stolen by Portugal again from that line out. And now Portugal 5 meters out from their own try line. Can they clear this ball away with 20 minutes to play? Just waiting for that ball to come. Oh, it's going to be another penalty to Georgia now as we head into the last 20 minutes of this game. 20 minutes remain, and let's see what Georgia can now do from here. 5 meters out from the try line. Run says, I need a smoke. Right, they're going to tap and go. It's got guts in. Oh, he's held up over the try line. Brilliant defense from Portugal. And we should have another 20 drop goal, goal line dropout coming up. I saw how he was held up. There's no chance that he scored that try. Not a chance. Over the try line he went. Beautifully held up over the try line. Goal line dropout to come. Great stuff. The restart then from Portugal. The kick downfield. Niashvili on his own 10-meter line now. Going high up into the air. Chasing up after this one. And beautifully taken by Martins for Portugal on the 10-meter line inside their own half. Marquez now gets it out to Granate. Marquez again now. Portela. Appleton. Guedas now. Guedas cuts back on the inside. The fullback on the 10-meter line. Marquez again gets it out. Appleton once again. Appleton into a half gap between the 10 and a halfway line now. Marquez again gets the pass out there to Costa. Still, they've got the ball here. As the Freitas took that ball, now the box kick over the top from Portugal. And beautifully grabbed there by Marta. Just outside the 22 now for Portugal. Tajer takes it up. Just 5 meters out from the 22. Again, it's Appleton now gets out. Portela, long pass out. And it's a chance now here for Storti. 2 tries to his name today between the 22 and the 10 now. It's Madeira brought to ground on a 10-meter line. Have lost a bit of ground now. Here's Portugal. Marquez again back to Appleton. Back to Portela. Long pass out now. He takes it up. Marta takes it up over up to the 10-meter line. Still inside Georgia's half on the near side of the field. Back on the inside, nearly breaking away there was Jose Ferreira. Now Portela. Pass out to Storti, and it's Granata. It's a better court now. Just 5 meters out from the 22 on the far side of the field. Quick ball needed now. Costa again. Portugal is playing rugby now at the moment. Marquez Portela again with the cross kick here for us. For him to chase, but Tabutazzi has done well to get that ball, and it should be a penalty to Georgia there. Playing the man in the air. Playing the man in the air there is the call against Portugal. Marius sê vir Brandsteen kan brand een en gee een aan. Yeah, he played the man in the air. That's just going to be a penalty against Marta. Tabutazzi milking that penalty a little bit. As it's Matkava to kick this one downfield now for Georgia. Well, it's been all Portugal. It's been a game of 2 halves, really, with Georgia dominating that first half and Portugal coming back and actually putting the points on the board, which is the difference between the 2 sides at the moment. 17 minutes to go in this game. Will we see the second upset of the Rugby World Cup today? This will be considered an upset for sure. Line out taken by Georgia now, and the kick downfield, well taken by Portela there. Gets it out to Guedes. Guedes now. Guedes looking to counter-attack here. Gets the pass back on the inside to Betancourt. Was he held in a tackle? No. Referee says play on. Marquez again waiting for it now. Madeira, Portela. Still they come. Granate has knocked that ball on. So it's going to be a scrum down to Georgia. 5 meters inside the half of Portugal. About 15 odd meters out from the near side of the field. But Portugal playing all the rugby at the moment. Obi says our Portuguese community has dwindled terribly. They were brave enough to open up the first post office under that big tree in Mossel Bay. The tree still stands today. Right, so it's going to be a scrum down to Georgia now. Hopefully, one of these 2 teams will settle this in this next 15 minutes or so. Scrum down to Georgia. And it looks like it's going to be a replay. Well, there's a replacement, Lopsanatsi. Or is it, Chuchikeratsi, who's on the field for Georgia. Getting some tough names here in the second half with the replacements coming on. So 15 minutes to play in this one. Let's see what happens in the next couple of minutes. Scrum from Georgia has gone down, and it's going to be a penalty to Portugal. Wow. It's all happening here in the second half. Portugal playing some really good rugby as they look to get an upset here in the Rugby World Cup. 77% of the people went for Georgia on Super Brew as well. So this will be a major upset today. The kick into touch, and it finds touch run about 15 meters out from the Georgian try line on the near side of the field. 5 meters inside the 22. Will we see an upset here? 119 votes so far. 67% has gone for Georgia to win it. Greg says, Guru, the Portuguese carry on like this, then it could be a 13-point or more score difference to the Portuguese team. Absolutely, they're playing some brilliant rugby at the moment. So Tadger will throw this one in, and over the top it went, and it's collected by Portugal, though. Now just 10 meters out from the try line. Tadger gets it up now. Martins carries it up for Portugal. Marquez, as he knocked it on, notices the referee, play on. It's taken up by Ferreira now for Portugal. 10 meters out from the try line in the middle of the field. Madeira drives it on for Portugal. Marquez again. Still carrying it up as Thiago Hasse Ferreira. Now it's Costa again. 5 meters out from the try line. Portela with a pass out there to Marta. Gets past the first tackle. But a little knock on there from Portugal. And it's now Georgia who's going to have the scrum here. So Portugal just unable to capitalize there on that occasion. Very similar to what Georgia did in that first half. Things just not working out 10 meters out from the try line. Jose Del Pinero says, go, go, Portugal. Five points the difference, 12 minutes to go in this contest, and we could be in for an upset here today. Portugal playing in only their second Rugby World Cup to date. So it's going to be a scrum down to Georgia, 5 meters out from their own try line. About 10 meters out from their own try line on the far side of the field. It is going to be Lopsanatsi to feed this ball in for them. Free kick from that scrum to Georgia and an opportunity to clear this ball away. 18 points to 13 it is at the moment. And Matkava to kick that one downfield. He's going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside his own half. Remember, it will be a Portuguese throw-in as we see Camper Gao come onto the field in the place of Tajer. Right, so 11 and a half minutes to go. Let's just run that clock back a minute or so. 11 and a half minutes to go in this game. Can we see an upset come? Portugal has got it. Portela out to better court now. Guedas out to Marta. Marta nearly through the tackle there between the 22 and the 10. Now waiting for it. Guedas. Marquez. And driven up there by better court. Now it's Storti. Storti looking for a hat-trick here as he makes it about 5 meters out from the try line. And unfortunately into touch there goes Storti. But there should be a penalty to Portugal for a high tackle. The referee's having none of it at the moment, but you could see a high tackle there from Georgia, surely. Storti with a beautiful break there. Yeah, around the collar there. Could argue and say it was a normal tackle, I guess. The Portuguese fans furious there. So it will be a line out to Georgia then. And a chance for Zamtra Ratzi to throw this one in. Over the top they go, and it's taken up there by Georgia, now 10 meters out from their own try line. Matkava with a kick downfield, and he will find touch about 5 meters outside of his own 22. Portugal looking for the upset with 10 minutes to go. Obi says a very stubborn tribe, very set in their cultural ways. That's how great grandpa did it. So that's why we do it. There's a restaurant specializes in roasted suckling pig. Very worth a visit, says Obi. Right, the throw in over the top, and Appleton has managed to gather that for Portugal just outside the 22 of Georgia. Portugal smelling the upset here. Carried up there by Bello. David Wallace also on the field for them. Close Portugal. Marquez again now driven forward by Portugal up to the 22-meter line, but a penalty goes the way of Georgia there, holding on. And there's still a bit of hope left for Georgia in this game. Not releasing there by Lionel Campergau. As Matkava will kick this downfield for Georgia, and he will find touch on the 10-meter line of Portugal. So one feels there's an opportunity now for this Georgia side. It was Korkatsi who won that penalty on the ground for them. Quickly up over that ball, did really well. Right, throw-in to come now from Zamtarazzi. To the front they go to Jalagonia. Jalagonia then sets up the maul here for them. The maul has been sacked, and legally so. So they're going to have to try and run it with the forwards now. It's carried up there by Gogiashvili on the 10-meter line of Portugal now. Can they do the magic? Sarakatsi takes that one in. Still they come, and still they try. Oh, it's knocked on by Georgia. Scrum down to Portugal between the 10 and the 22 in the middle of the field inside Portugal's half. Anthony says, if I recall correctly, Matfield spent some time with the Portuguese lineout. I think somebody mentioned that last time round. So Lucas now coming on for Marquez. The scrum half had a really good game today. Tablazzi knocking that ball on for Georgia. So scrum to Portugal. Well, there's a stoppage in play. So we're going to run that clock back just a little bit. 8 minutes to go in this game. But what a game from Marquez, the little scrum half of Portugal today. Brilliant game. Mario says, lyk my Portugal gaan ook die pyp rook vandag. Yeah, look, Portugal, all credit to Portugal here in the second half. They come out fired up after Georgia dominated that first half completely. And I even mentioned that they probably should have led by 24 points to 5, maybe 30 points to 5 at half time. But some stubborn defense from Portugal on their own try line kept Georgia out in that first half. And since then, it's been all Portugal in the second half. 2 penalties, well, 1 penalty and a converted try. 2 tries by the right winger Storti today. So Lucas then to feed this one in for Portugal. Strong scrum from Georgia, though. They do get it out. It's Portugal now, and they have possession between the 22 and the 10 inside their own half. Lucas waiting for it. The replacement scrum off. Costa, penalty advantage to Portugal. Offside by Georgia. And I think there was an offside there from Marta. So we're coming back for the original penalty against Georgia and a chance for Portugal to kick this downfield. We've got 7 minutes left in this game. 7 minutes to go. Are we in for an upset here today? 18 to Portugal, 13 to Georgia. 6.5 minutes to go in this game. We know we've been looking for upsets, and this will be an upset for sure. Rafael Storti, 8 ball carries today, 143 meters made, and scoring 2 tries for Portugal. Could be man of the match today for him. But first of all, now the throw in coming from Portugal. They get it out now. It's Portela. Betancourt charges up there, almost up to the 10-meter line. He's had a fantastic game as well. So too Portela and Marta. Lucas, back it comes. Oh, a little knock on here, I think, from Portugal, but the referee says play on. Right on the halfway line now, Portela with a kick downfield into the hands of Tabutatsi, the try scorer for Georgia today. He tries to wriggle his way through, gets support from Shakakatsi. Still they're trying to come with this ball. Is Georgia now. Into a half gap there is Kogiashvili. Now the forwards driving it on. Zamatarazzi over the halfway line ago. Gorgatsi. Still they're trying valiantly. It's Veselatsi, the outside centre now. Still they come. It's Lopsanatsi, gets the ball out. Quick ball needed now for Georgia, right on the halfway line. It's taken up there by Jaisvili. Again they come, Matkava. Still looking to go on. Gorgatsi up to the 10-meter line of Portugal now on the near side of the field. Moving towards the middle. It's Chakakatsi. Still they come now. White. Niashvili cut back on the inside here. Great break there from Veselatsi between the 10 and the 22 of Portugal now. Oh, Georgia going to break Portugal hearts here at the depth. Still they come. Oh, Chakatsi now back to Gorgatsi. 5 meters outside of the 22 goes Georgia. Good defense from Portugal, just trying to keep them out at the moment. Now Matkava gets that ball out to Sharakatsi, the captain, the inside centre. Now Lopsanatsi with the pass out there to Mikatatsi. Still trying valiantly is Georgia now to break through to this fence. Gorgatsi now. 5 meters outside of the 22. 4 minutes to play. 3.5 minutes. Niashvili now, they're working as wide. There might be a bit of space now for them. Taken up by Sharakatsi again. And a penalty goes the way of Georgia. Playing that ball in an offside position is Lucas. And Georgia will now try and set up a line out here. Going for that maul drive, maybe 5 meters out from the try line. Mamour Sabah says it's the attack of Portugal, which is impressive. Bloody hell. Yeah, not just the attack, Mamour Sabah. Their defense have been brilliant throughout that first half as well. Right, so 5 meters out from the try line. Can Georgia claim this game? 2.5 minutes to go. This will be really heartbreaking for the Portuguese. If Georgia gets to win this game at the very death, here comes the driving maul from Georgia now, bringing in their back line as well. 5 meters out from the try line, they get them all going. The whole back line almost in it here, and they drive and over they go. There's the try, surely. The referee can't see the grounding, but I'm very sure that a try has been awarded here. Time is up off the clock, and it would take a miracle for them not to have scored this try. Time is off on the clock here. They're going to go upstairs to have a look. The two wingers of Portugal, marvellous, says Mamurzabas. Storti and Marta has been really good today. Right, so TMO decision to come here. It's going to be difficult to see a grounding here. So the on-field decision is no try. And if they can't see the grounding, then it's going to stay no try. So, big decision to come here. Oh, no, there's the grounding. That's a clear grounding. That's a try. So, no doubt about that one. Shouldn't take that long to make the decision, surely. That's a try. So, well, wait a minute. Let's have to wait and see now. Still 2 minutes remain in this game. Appleton has been called. So, yeah, there's the try. So 18 all it is with the conversion to come. Yeah, Mahmoud's boss says Georgia just have more experience. The same with the Boca experience in big games going to give them the edge. Naomi says, I love the way Portugal recovered. Don't spoil it, Georgia. Well, they did. It's 18 all here. And the conversion still to come here for Matkava. Or will it be Niashvili to have a shot at goal here for them? What a game this has been. Incredible. For a not so important game in the Rugby World Cup, this has been a really great game. So, yeah, the conversion kick to come. Let's see what happens with this one. Taking his time with that kick as well. We will have time for a kickoff. That one is going to go wide and the score is going to stay level. I just said before the game started, when I did the poll, I said to my brother, what's the use of putting in the draw? Because we hardly see it. But, well, here it is. 18 all at the moment. 30 seconds to go in this game. Well, I think it's deservingly. I think 18 all, deserving scoreline here at the moment. Georgia dominated the first half with Portugal the second. So that's great. Brant Steenkamp has given a 40 Rand donation. Thanks again, Brant. Really appreciate all the support that you're giving to us. Right, so, oh dear, here's drama here at the very end from the restart. Georgia gives away a penalty inside the 22 now, 5 meters from the touchline on the far side of the field. Well, decision time now for Portugal. Well. This could be it. The game to win them the game. Georgia had it a few seconds ago to get the conversion over and settle it. And now Portugal have the opportunity to get this kick over. Who's going to take the kick, though? It's going to be Guedes, the fullback, who's going to have the shot at goal here. Well. Go, Portugal, go, says Craig. Well, time is up on the clock. Guedes could win this game for Portugal now. It's about 7-8 meters out from the right-hand touchline. Can he do this for Portugal? No, he won't be able to do it. It's going to go to the left of the post. So, yeah, Georgia and Portugal will be kissing their sisters today. It's 18 all full time, and it just wasn't meant to be for either one of the two sides today. Fair enough result, I think. Georgia 18, Portugal 18. I still consider this as an upset. So, whichever way you look at it, it's still an upset. A draw here in Pool C of the Rugby World Cup. 18 all it is. And yeah, we're getting closer to that Springbok game coming up. We will be starting the broadcast at 8:15 South African time for the kickoff at 9 o'clock. But we still got one more game to go before the Bokke game. It will be England up against Chile at 5:45. So in about an hour and a half from now, we will be watching the game between England and Chile. But until then, guys, I'm going to leave it at that for now. And I will be back for the England Chile game at 5:45 South African time. Until then, this is the Rugby Guru. Cheers for now.